Welcome to this brief overview of how to get the best out of AMT's research resource using the features in Zotero. Zotero is a free online referencing tool which we've used to organise, annotate and share the AMT research resource. Just a bit of boring legal stuff before we kick off the tour. AMT has invested considerable resources into creating this research tool, so we're respectfully asking anyone who uses it to appropriately attribute AMT's intellectual property. This copyright notice helps us to keep the material in the public domain under a Creative Commons license. And just a little historical context too. In 2013, AMT published our first classified massage therapy research database using the National Health and Medical Research Council evidence hierarchy. The establishment of this resource was a response to the Australian Government 2014 Natural Therapies Review. In 2024, we embarked on a project to update our classified research resource, using new bibliographic tools and artificial intelligence to critically appraise and grade evidence. The first stage of this evidence grading project encompasses systematic reviews and meta-analyses of massage therapy. This tranche of work was completed in March 2024. AMT plans to continue the work of grading other levels of evidence included in the research resource. This is going to take some time because it's quite a massive undertaking. The hyperlink in this slide takes you to the library in Zotero where the AMT research resource is publicly accessible. So without further ado, let's go on a little tour of the public library. This slide shows how the AMT research resource will display in your web browser. We've drawn a teal rectangle around the library title and its 3 subfolders. You can see that studies have been classified into 3 broad categories. 1, systematic reviews and meta-analyses. 2, clinical trials. And 3, other kinds of reviews. That would include narrative reviews and qualitative reviews. The subfolder that's currently displayed is the Systematic Reviews and Meta-Analyses subfolder. There's information about the search string we used to compile the studies in the AMT Graded Research User Guide, which is also available to download from the AMT website. The coloured dots next to each entry are the gradings assigned to a particular study, using a traffic light system to identify the reliability of the conclusions. Purple dots denote studies that have not been graded because we couldn't access them. We used AI tools to critically appraise and grade studies. So far, as we've said, work's been completed on systematic reviews and meta-analyses, but we have a huge job ahead to continue grading the other categories of evidence in the library. It's important to note that the AI gradings don't necessarily reflect the quality of the meta-analysis, but rather the quality and the reliability of the individual studies reported on. The problem of garbage in, garbage out is reflected in these AI gradings. The output of a systematic review, i.e. its conclusions and reliability, is highly dependent on the quality of the input, that is, the data and studies included in the review. Systematic reviews that report on poor quality studies and heterogeneous data are more likely to be graded lower by the AI because their conclusions are less reliable. Let's dive a little bit deeper into a specific study. If you select a particular entry in the library, more information about that study will be displayed on the right-hand side of the screen. The info section contains author and publication details and the full study abstract. The notes section of this library is what makes it truly unique. This is where we've included the critical appraisal generated by artificial intelligence. The evidence-based Practice GPT was used to grade the reliability of the findings of systematic reviews and meta-analyses. It's important to note again that the gradings generated don't necessarily reflect the quality of the meta-analyses, but rather the quality and reliability of the individual studies reported on. We also used artificial intelligence to input a summary appraisal of studies. Casp GPT it's a bit hard to say, is an AI critical appraisal tool developed at Bond University. It uses critical appraisal checklists to assess studies for trustworthiness, results, and relevance. Results from the Casp GPT were used to provide a critical assessment framework for the systematic reviews included in this resource. And there's just one last piece of gold to explore in the notes section. If you open the attachments tab, you'll see a hyperlink to the entry for that study in PubMed. This tab will also show you whether there is a full text PDF available for the study, including the direct link to the PDF. And here's another handy feature of the Zotero library. You can use the tags function in the bottom left corner to search for studies relating to a particular subject. In the example provided in this slide, you can see the results for studies that include sleep as a key subject. And that concludes our tour. Thank you so much for your time. We really hope you enjoyed the tour of the AMT Research Resource Library. May your journey through the collection be fruitful and fascinating.